Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another musical moment in the life of the old-time rock and roller. Today we will be focusing a few minutes on a story from the golden age of rock and roll. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. December 4th and 5th, 1969 is a weekend I will remember for the rest of my life. The Allman Brothers Band had come to the Boston Tea Party in Boston, Massachusetts. I had seen the Friday show. I met Duane, Dicky, Gregg, the whole band, and we really hit it off. And they invited me back to the hotel to jam after the show. Well, we played acoustic guitars until the sun was coming up. When it was time to leave, I asked Gregory if he would put me on the guest list +1 for the next night's show. He said, sure. I called my college girlfriend, Christine Hayward. She was a beautiful Swiss blonde that was an excellent musician and could play the guitar as well as I could. So we showed up, said hi to the band. I took out the Firebird. Duane put it on, played a few notes, said, man, this is a great guitar. I said, you gonna play it? He said, maybe, I'll have Red Dog bring it to the stage. But I just recently bought this Les Paul. Look at this. I traded a 100-watt Marshall to a guy in Michigan last week for it, and it sounds great. I said, man, that's a hot guitar. He let me play it a little bit. So they were having a few beers and we were hanging around. And Christine, took my Firebird out of the case and put it on and started playing some of her hottest blues licks. All eyes went to her. And Duane said to Dicky, Dicky, you better watch out. I think we found your replacement. Everybody laughed and got a good chuckle out of it. It was pretty cool. So we went down to the stage. It was showtime. Red Dog had the Firebird. Chris and I went over on the right side of the stage, right in front of Duane. The band was playing. They were hitting the note. They were in the groove. And then they jumped into whipping post, and it was cooking, man. It was about 15 seconds before Duane's solo, and he broke a string on the Les Paul. He quickly took his Les Paul off and yelled across the stage, Red Dog, throw me the Firebird. Red Dog picked up my Gibson Firebird and launched it across the stage. It was like a slow motion view of this guitar flying across the stage. It landed right into Duane's arms. He plugged that sucker in and jumped right into the solo with not a second to spare. Man, it sounded good. Coming from the fingertips of one of the greatest blues, rock, southern guitar players on the planet, I was so stoked. Well, a lot of the guys in the audience were friends of mine. They knew it was my guitar. They were a little jealous that Duane was playing it and somehow I knew him. After the song, he switched back to the Les Paul because the string was changed. So we went back up to the dressing room. We were fooling around. And Duane said, boy, I sure am glad that you brought that guitar. And I said, me too. Thanks for playing it. And then he said, hey, your name is Forrest, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, I don't know if you know this, but Dicky's first name is Forrest. I said, no, I didn't know that. And then he said, but I hear your girlfriend, Chris, calling you Howie. Is that short for Howard? And I said, yeah. And he said, that's my first name. And I said, wow, what a coincidence. Well, I thanked them profusely for inviting us to the show, putting us on the guest list, playing an incredible set, and being friends with us. So that was it for the night. Chris and I packed up. We drove off. It was an incredible time. I followed the band many times after that. And to this day, I will never forget that weekend, December 4th and 5th, 1969, the Boston Tea Party in Boston, Massachusetts, when Duane Allman played my Gibson Firebird. Have a great time, my friends. I'll see you down the Story Highway on the next musical moment with the old-time rock and roller. So long, my friends.